Hey everybody, hope you guys all had a pretty good Thanksgiving. We were working for most of it, but wanted to get a little video out. Now, as anyone who has been buying kits and batteries for a while, you may have noticed one thing a little different. There's no more sealant option on the pre-built batteries. What is going on? And this is what we're going to do to sort of address that. Okay, before we begin, I just kind of want to give you a sort of an overview of what's going on. So, on my left is a typical case. This was the case that we use on our V1, V2 kits. It's a generic case made out of made in China, and it works fairly decent for the most part. You've got about a millimeter or so high of inner lip, and that's where your top lid goes on. On the right, this is the SFK case. And as you can see, if we compare, our lip is almost double the height of the standard lid. And that was not by accident. That was intentionally designed so that we would eventually have a rubber seal. Now, we had debated on whether to go with rubber seal or go with sealant. And initially, we thought maybe sealant would work, but a lot of customers said, you know, it's not really easily removable if you have to put sealant in every time you want to open it. And, you know, I have to agree. So we want to address that, and we want to provide you guys with an update. So now we're going to be focusing on this, and I'll sort of show you the process that we have, what we're going to do to sort of address it. So first, let's basically sort of see how how this is set up and what are normally lids go in if you put no sealant in at all. Alright, to demonstrate this, I sort of have our lid here, and we've just taken some scrap wire, put it on these 4 holes, and we're going to sort of put it on top of this case right here. Now, as you can see, it's still a pretty good fit. In fact, some people have said, you know, we hear an air whoosh, so it must be pretty tight. And if I was to lift this, I can almost lift the case up. Well, I can. But I got a little bit of space here, but if I shake it, the lid comes off. And it's a decent seal, but it's not as tight as it could potentially be. So what can we do to sort of resolve that? And let's see what the solution we sort of came up with. Alright, so here is a 0.5 millimeter adhesive back rubber strip. And we're going to be applying this to the top of the case. So before we do this, we will take rubbing alcohol with a paper towel, rub all across the perimeter, and then once it's dry, we'll attach this, and we'll show you how it looks like in a minute. And like I said, get a paper towel with some rubbing alcohol, and rub all around the primer at the top. Make sure you do this to release any of the mold release oil that may still be on here. So it's extremely important you do this. And once it's clean, let the alcohol dry off completely, and then we will install this rubber strip. Okay, so as you can see, I've started peeling off the rubber strip. And we're going to start off with sort of the middle top of the case. Okay. And we're just going to sort of wrap it all the way around to where we meet back here. You'll have a slight amount left over, but it should be enough to cover the entire case. So we're going to carefully install it around the case and then show you how it looks like when it's done. All right. So as you can see, we sort of met in the middle, have a slight little gap, and you, depending on how well you could stretch it somewhat to get it to where it's perfectly net. But this should be acceptable. But as you can see, we've got this entire thing on the perimeter, and it is adhesive. It's about 0.5 millimeters thick, and this is a rubber seal. And now we're gonna put the lid on and sort of show you what sort of effect this has. All right, so I'll put the lid on. I'm going to pause it and then show you how the difference is. We'll try to lift it up with that. By the way, with this on, you will feel a little more resistance putting the lid on, so you have to be careful. Just slowly work it in. It's sized so it's just right, and you will actually see a much stronger contact, as if there was some adhesive there. Okay, now the lid is on with the rubber seal. Okay, as you can see, it still fits the same, but now let's see. We'll pick it up the same way we picked up the last one, and no movement at all. And this is no screws or nothing. It will take, even if I try to shake it, as you can see, even if I yank it up and down, it's not coming off. So by doing this rubber seal, we get the advantages of the silicone style sealant, but it is still removable, and you have to slowly work it out, but it is still removable, and it can slowly come off. As you can see, I can do here. So you can see I'm slowly working it. I'll sort of zoom in that gap that I slowly kind of started working out. So there you go. I don't know how well it shows up, but that's just a little bit of gap that I opened up right there. So, you know, it can still work out, but I'll close it back up. But this will give you sort of the same benefits. Now, all of the pre-builts will have the rubber seal already installed. For everybody else, we'll be including a strip in the V5 kits and also the V4 premium kits. So this will be included. If you're a person that had already ordered previously and are saying, hey, I want this, let us know. Probably beginning in 2024 in January, we should have additional strips in stock. So we'll just ship these out to you. But they're basically 0.5 millimeter thick rubber strips with adhesive backing. And by doing this, I think everyone's gonna, be overall happy. It gives you thermal barrier protection, moisture protection, and it's still removable, much more easier than having to seal and reseal. And even when you pop it off, which actually I'm gonna go ahead and show, because some people are gonna be like, aha, you won't be able to take it off. So let's take it off real quick. All right, so we just took that lid off, and as you can see, the seal is still in place. So it should still in place and allows you to close your lid and remove it as need to. And if you ever do damage it, it's maybe $3 at the most to replace it. But anyway, just wanted to give you guys an update. This is the reason why this sealant is no longer there. And like I said, all pre-built batteries will have this already installed. And we will start including a strip of this in the V5 kits as well as the V4 premium kits. So use this video as a reference, and hopefully this will resolve any issues that people have or concerns people have regarding, the sealant and, adding additional moisture protection. Okay, well, thank you very much.